WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and you're about to go one-on-one with Talking Taker. Holla!
All right, creatures of the night and everybody out there in the Pod Street crew, welcome to Talking Taker, a special bonus edition of our encyclopedic exploration, dig up the career of the greatest professional wrestling character of all time, The Undertaker. My name is Alex Doriot. I want to thank you for joining us for yet another round of Deadman Talking, and I am joined here tonight for what's become a bit of an annual tradition here on the Talking Taker podcast for the third year in a row. This is our special Collecting Deadman year in review, where we are going to break down every piece of Undertaker toys and collectibles that was released in the year 2025. And as always, the Deadman continues to be one of the hottest properties for Mattel and for all the other licensors of WWE. So we do have plenty of toys to talk about, plenty of topics to talk about, some good, some bad, some ugly, and everything in between. So we'll give you our rankings and reviews of those. And I am, of course, going to be joined here on this journey by my fellow Undertaker collectors. First up, he is not just an Undertaker collector anymore. No, ladies and gentlemen, he is a certified John Cena collector after this past weekend in Washington, D.C. If you've been listening to the podcast feed over the past month, you've heard him many times. And here's one more to close out the year, Mr. Randy Turco. Randy, how's that Cena collection coming along?
Pretty good. I spent like $150 on Cena this weekend in DC, and I think when we went to the 6 Feet Under live, I bought this shirt and a koozie. So yeah, John Cena 150, Undertaker 60, $70. So yeah, okay. John Cena rolled the weekend. 60, 70. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Get out. Where's the mute button?
Get out of here.
Remove from chat. All right. And as well, I am joined by the man who gave the namesake for this podcast. He is the former host of the Collecting Deadman podcast, the future host of the Brothers in Collecting podcast coming in 2026. We'll talk about that at some point here tonight. Everybody's... Uh-oh.
Did I lose Alex?
Did Alex freeze? I can hear you. You're just not moving.
You're just not moving. I feel like a very awkward Oscars moment.
Like they're playing him off screen. Hey, there he is.
There we go.
You good?
All right. I think we're good. Yep.
Okay.
Got disconnected. All right, Stephen, yeah, you just came back. I think it's been a couple of years. I think the first time we did this, you were already on hiatus with Collecting Deadman, but you dropped a surprise episode to wrap things up there, a beautiful, touching tribute to your mother and her impact on you in collecting. But yeah, you got something exciting in the works for 2026.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like the last episode I dropped was needed. Gave closure to the podcast, gave a little bit of closure to me. Sure. Just, like I said, the book ended it perfectly, I would think, in a weird sort of way. And I started it off talking about memories of my dad, and I ended talking memories of my mom.
Yeah.
So
really perfect. Really enjoyed listening to it.
I'm glad the feedback's been well received. And like you said, starts the new year fresh and start a fresh new take on the podcast.
So we're excited to hear that. And you'll be joined by Canaanite 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yep. So we'll get to hear the Kane side of collecting.
You get the yin and the yang.
There's no shortage of that out there, as we all know.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's kind of nice for me as a big Taker fan. I don't profess to know everything about Taker collecting, because there's nuggets once in a while that get dropped on me. I'm like, ooh, but I know a lot about Taker collecting. So there's not a lot of new information that I stumble across anymore. so I think why the Undertaker stuff is always interesting to me, Stephen.
Mhm.
But when I hear by default, when I hear your new episodes in 2026 and Canaanite 10 starts spitting Kane knowledge on us, that's all going to be new for me. That's all going to be
Right?
new. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Well, it's been an exciting year for the three of us. A lot has happened in the past year. So if these are the only episodes of Talking Taker you listen to, you might have missed it. But I mean, in 2025, this is the first time the three of us ever were able to get together live and in person. We started off the year at the Royal Rumble. So that was thrilling to all finally meet in real life.
Can you believe that was 10 months
Almost.
ago?
I was going to say, it's going to be almost a year.
What?
10 months and 10,000 texts ago.
Right?
At least, minimum.
I'd
had
hate
talked-
to check the number.
We had talked about what if this was 2005 and you got charged by the text? We would all be in very big trouble.
We wouldn't have as many toys. I'll tell you that much.
That's right.
Oh, right.
And we hit up a pretty cool toy store while we were there in Indianapolis. The name of it is escaping me at the moment. Was it Time Warp?
Was it?
No.
There's one there, and there was like the toy pit. I remember that.
Yeah,
I think
we had
that's
two
it.
toy stores. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the Toy Pit.
I'm thinking of Time Blaster from the
In
Detroit
Detroit.
trip. Yeah. But
That's
yeah, a
gonna
couple
be-
awesome toy stores, live and in-person toy hunts that we got to go on. Randy, you got your Undertaker bleach tips and hard nips figure officially signed.
Signed
by
by
everyone.
everybody. I think I got to check it again. I think I missed Trey. I think I just kind of like
Oh,
passed
no.
it around. I don't know if I got Trey, so I might have to have him do that in
To
Minneapolis.
bring it along.
So,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But I did that, and then we went to. I'm looking it up now. It is the Toy Pit
Toy pit. Okay.
is where we went, and
Great
that,
job. Familiar.
yeah, I did. I didn't Cardona do a vlog.
Yeah.
From there. Of course, he always gets to go there after hours when it's private and walk around. But it was still pretty cool that we saw a Foo Fighters pinball machine there. They had a full-on wrestling section, 2 or 3 aisles worth of wrestling, and I did get my Undertaker. Stephen probably knows the term of art. Undertaker choke slamming cane, like where they're doing the finishers to each other, whatever that series was called.
Oh, yeah. Finishing moves.
Finishing moves. Mhm.
Yes, and he's doing the choke slam to cane, but they don't tell you when you buy it. Oh, this is it, he can't really like hold him in midair. It's like just like an action shot that you're seeing on the package, but a little invisible fishing line never hurt anybody. So he is choke slamming Kane midair in my display.
You're the reason why those commercials have the little thing at the bottom. Figures don't actually move.
Right.
That's a cool set. Like, some of those figures in that line came out a little bit weird, like Triple H with his hair flying up.
Stick it straight up.
Yeah. So some of them didn't quite work in practice, but it's a cool idea, at least some of the figures in that line.
Yeah, it was not a new figure. I know we're discussing new figures tonight, but I had to get something. I mean, they had so much there, but I had to get something, and I always will remember. Oh, I got that at the Rumble when we all met up together.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes it unique. That's what makes it cool. Yeah, I got a Jack's. I think it's this. It's a signature series Undertaker, and it's like kind of shiny, and he's got like the red straps across his chest. You know, it's kind of fantasy gear, but it kind of looks cool on display on the shelf. And again, I just wanted to get something while we were there to kind of commemorate that. So yeah,
Stephen, did you leave with? I can't remember. Did you leave with Big Suit Vince McMahon? I feel
Yeah,
like
Vince
you did.
McMahon.
No, I wish I left with Big Suit Vince McMahon. No, I left with Bring the Noise Undertaker, which is actually something I actually needed for my collection. So
you didn't
I'll
have
always
that
remember-
already.
Oh, I didn't
I'll
know
always remember that figure from the Rumble in that when it's in there. And I left with the signature series Vince McMahon, the same set as Alex's Undertaker.
that. Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. We need to go back. That Cardona video, just like,
I
we
know.
need to go back.
That was a great shop, and I want to see the new Time Blaster in outside of Detroit as well.
I just saw a video that they had right before we hit record where Zach Gowen of WWE fame was already signing their Wall of Fame at the new place.
Oh man,
WWE fame, Zach Allen getting pushed down the stairs by Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
someone who's never had a figure before. How has no one figured
yeah.
out how to do a Zach Gallen figure? I mean, the guy is certainly memorable. You know,
It would be cheaper to
he
make,
needs,
right?
he needs action. You would think, right? You would think.
Detachable leg.
It should have a detachable leg. Right. And then Stephen, you know, you had a huge moment this year as you finally dropped the much anticipated Toy Room tour on YouTube, liked and shared by Michelle McCool, none other than Michelle McCool. So a huge moment. We finally got to go inside your collection, and we know it's already out of date. So we're waiting on the sequel.
It's like immediately as I posted it, like the next day it was out of date. Sure. Like, so I think I had something else in the mail the next day, and I was like, oh well, shit, I should have just waited.
Yeah.
So yeah, I may do a new one, but in the beginning of the year to kick things off the right way. So
I think it should be an annual tradition. We need to see every year's updates.
Absolutely, maybe once, twice a year, depending when I film it.
Yeah. We will be waiting, and you got to subscribe to Stephen's YouTube channel to get all that great content.
Not only will you be waiting, Michelle McCool will be waiting as well.
She will be waiting. She'll be showing.
She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, brand new updated video!" Like,
we weren't VIP at the 6 Feet Under podcast, but if we were, that would have been our question. Is Michelle McCool? Tell us what you thought about Stephen Zieman's.
Oh yeah,
video.
Oh, I should have dropped her a DM. Get you guys VIP.
Well, it wouldn't have been any worse than the other questions that Undertaker and Michelle received on that night.
So. Oh my god, I listened to your podcast recap. The horrible questions.
Brutal.
Oh my god, I was cringing. I was cringing for my car.
Right.
Cringing.
Right. You're embarrassed for them.
I was. Oh.
Well, hopefully people are not cringing, listening, and hopefully watching. You know, you could definitely listen to this here on your podcast feed, but this one is, you definitely get enhanced by watching this one on the YouTube channel, because we are going to show off all the pictures and maybe some even actually in our hands of some of these Undertaker toy releases. You know, every year as the year goes on, I'm like, I don't know, are we really going to have enough to do a full episode? But every year there ends up being all sorts of great figures and all the different lines. We got ultimates, we got elites, we got basics, we got bobbleheads, we've got some new little miniature collectibles that we're going to talk about here, some stuff we never even heard of before this year. So yeah, let's jump into it. I don't have them in any particular order, so but I thought we'd start off here with one of the big ones, with the Ultimate Edition. Now, this is, I think, the Undertaker's 5th Ultimate Edition. So he had the.
It's his 5th, yes.
Yeah, I think it's his 5th one, and we've got another one coming for next year, which we'll talk about. But this was the Phantom Mask represented in Ultimate Edition, with or you know, you could represent the whole Purple Glove era, 94 to 96, right. But really, come on, you're getting this for the Phantom Mask. First time we've seen it in Ultimate Edition here. A short run, you know, he only was in the Phantom Mask for about 3 months, but he's gotten, he had a basic, he had an elite, he had a retro in the Phantom Mask, and now we've got it in elite fashion. What did you guys think of this one? It is with all the accessories and everything else.
Right. I loved it. And it replaced, for me, I had that Elite Legends 1, I think is what it replaced, and it upgraded.
Right, so on eBay.
Went out the door. I eBayed him for about $20.
Yeah.
The only thing the only thing I would say I don't like about him, if I'm really splitting hairs, is the hat on top of the mask head. It doesn't fit all that well, because the mask head is it juts his hair out just enough with the mask that hat doesn't fit on it very well. But
a little funky looking. I see what you mean. Yeah.
But I actually got this twice. I got this once. I think the first one may have been a Stephen box. So thank you, Stephen. And this represents the mask era, all 90 days of it or whatever it was. And then I kind of wanted to get him again. Like Alex said, you could strip him down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Family show. you could strip him down, but you could switch his head and take off the coat and all that stuff, and you could just make him regular purple Undertaker. And I just had this thing where I wanted to put him with a gray glove Undertaker, so I had the Main Event Champion Series 3, and so I wanted to find another one and have them recreate that nose to nose SummerSlam '94 moment. I don't know why this was a thing for me, but Ultimates don't get put on clearance all that much where I'm at. But they did have that, shot you guys a picture. They had that 25% off deal ski on any action figure at Target if you use Red Card. So once I saw that, I thought good enough. And so I bought a second one, and the second one's in the Detolfs there, going nose to nose with Gray Glove Taker. And there's, Paul Bear with the Sam's Club urn right behind purple.
Right.
Sam's Club urn.
Kind of supporting him, and it just recreates that SummerSlam classic match moment. SummerSlam '94 main event anywhere in the country.
What'd you think, Stephen? Were you excited to get this one in ultimate form finally?
Yes. I like how they molded the Phantom mask on the face for two of these heads, so that it's not like you don't get like the mask sometimes falling off the figure, especially if you pose it. As people, you guys know, I'm a mint and box collector, but I like Randy. I bought a second one to open and have him posed like in the Shakespeare pose with Paul Bearer, right in front of the box. Because I just think him in the purple, especially with the mask, is incredibly toyetic.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's why they do that look so often, because it's so different from a normal Undertaker in purple or gray or anything like that, because it pops differently. So yeah, he was only in the mask for like 2 months, but what a lasting impact it's made.
Is this the first one we've gotten of Purple Glove Taker fully in all the entrance gear with jacket and tie and everything, or was there an Elite with all that?
It was, yeah. The Legends 9 had everything.
It had all the
removable mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he have? I don't remember ever seeing, and I could be totally wrong. Did he have the coat with the red? I'm sorry, red. Wow, purple pockets.
Colorblind.
Wow.
I can't remember. That's the first time I remember seeing the purple pocket.
I think the purple pockets is new on this one. Yes.
Yeah. Purple pockets really pop. If you know what I mean. Yep.
Yeah. That sells the figure. I mean,
it does.
Purple pockets pop.
Well, it's an exciting one. I always get hyped when there's a new Ultimate coming of Undertaker. He's kind of had like one Ultimate a year, kind of at this pace. I think the only era we're missing of an Ultimate Taker would be something Biker Taker. But so maybe perhaps we'll get something like that sometime down the line, maybe in 2026 or 2027. But
hopefully.
Got to see him in the Legends line again. He's usually pops up in that line at least once every year. And this is the red shirt Big Evil Undertaker. So this is like, 02, 03 Undertaker here. Randy's got it there. You can see him getting power bombed inexplicably by another Undertaker.
One thing you got to say about Randy, I just never know about his displays, but there's something else.
This was another one that I bought 2 of, which that doesn't happen very often. So it's just so funny that that's the first 2 that we talked about. But this one, to me, I mean, it represents Big Evil 2003 Taker. I think the red shirt was towards the end, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think so.
And I had the red shirt Jack's Adrenaline Series 4. I think he came with John Cena. Mm-hmm. And so I had that initially, and I replaced him with this when I got him. Nice. And I think also my first one was a Steven box, I believe. And so when I got him, he is being cradled by the Ringside Rebels Series 1 figure. So that 1 foot tall Undertaker. So he is being cradled like Officer and a Gentleman, the end of that movie. So he's amazing. In there. And I thought, okay, that's good. I swapped out my Jack's Adrenaline series. And then I found this guy. I texted you guys. I was at work in a strange courthouse, strange county. I'm not usually there. And I go to their store on lunch, and they had exactly one Undertaker for $5.
Oh yeah.
Marked down from $27.99 to $12.99 to $7.99 to
The
$5.
How can you
long
say
game,
no?
baby.
And
At
when
$5, I
No
mean,
taker left behind.
and there's only one. It wasn't like there was 12. And I thought, guys, I think I have to get him. And then you were like, oh yeah, you can find something for him to do. Well, the answer to that is he's going to get power bombed by this guy.
Oh, is that what's happening there?
Yeah. This is a PG show.
Really?
Oh, okay. My mind went somewhere else.
I feel bad for the Undertaker, right?
Oh my.
But I felt like it was cool to have a last ride in there. I don't have any last ride representation. So he is he's also tied together with a fishing line, invisible fishing line, and he's got the thumbs like inside the guy's ass. It's like, so it's kind of like just props him up, and he just so far so good, man.
This just gets better and better.
What does this represent a specific moment or match, Stephen?
The one thing I thought of is when he like opens up like those boxes from Big Show,
Oh yeah.
and he has that big evil shirt over, like the cutoff like that.
Yeah.
That's what my mind went to when I saw this. Like Brother Love jumping on him and
Oh
him
my
getting a little
gosh.
puppy. So
I need that on display.
Yes, Randy, you need Brother Love jumping on him.
There we go.
Or you could have him holding a puppy.
I'll
Right.
get out,
That was
I'll get out the
also
fishing line.
Yeah. I don't think you need a fishing line for that one. But yeah, this was cool. We hadn't, it's always nice when you get a little pop of color with an Undertaker figure. I think that's one of the issues with them is, a lot of times it's just a bunch of black gear. So anytime you can throw in like a t-shirt like this, it helps it pop on the shelf and pop in your display too. It sets it apart a little bit.
It's also a nice sell to the wife when you're like, hey, it's okay. I'm replacing one. The Jax Adrenaline Series 4 is out the door. The the Legend Series 1 Undertaker, he's out the door. It's cool. It's fine.
Well, like I said, he was in all the different lines this year. So we even saw him in the main event line a couple of times here. Top picks, Undertaker, like late era, 09, 010, 11, something Undertaker here. I don't know exactly. We saw something this weekend, Randy, didn't we? Where he's like in this gear, or maybe it was a picture during the Rumble draft or something. I think it might have been that Rey Mysterio match.
Oh, it might have been
where he's got this color gear in there. The basics are much better, or the main event line, me, are much better, much improved than they used to be. I don't know if this is a figure anyone needed, but it's always nice to see him included in those lines. So, they're getting in the hands of the kids out there.
This is one I told you guys, oh, good. He's fairly, like you said, Alex, he's fairly generic. An aughts Undertaker, black pants, black tank, nothing overly special about him. Like you said, nice for the kids so they can mash him together with somebody else, but nothing I needed to have. And this is my proof to Deanna. I don't buy every figure, people.
Right.
I do pass on some Undertakers. And so this is my proof. I showed her this and I was like, see, this one's coming out. We're not going to pursue it. We're good. Then when Steven sent me one of his Steven boxes with one of the other two Undertakers in there, you know what? Steven's good for some freebies. And he tossed in this he tossed in this Undertaker anyway. So then Deanna's like, I thought you weren't getting that one. And I'm like, Steven,
it was free.
Yeah, right. And so I don't have him here. He's in my workspace. He's by my work desk. So he is there, and he is representing the aughts era of the Undertaker.
Nice.
Good on D for remembering what figure in particular you were talking about.
Right.
That's shocking.
What a memory. What a memory on her.
Kind of scary. Steven, any thoughts on this one? Did this feel like a must-have? Obviously for you, it was.
Obviously.
But I don't know. It's kind of not the greatest face scan on there or anything.
No,
but,
I mean, it's like you guys both said, it's just something to get them out there in the top picks because they were revamping this whole line. So they just took like an older Undertaker and gave him new bells and whistles with the better articulation now.
Yeah.
But like you said, I can't pass it up. So
right. And we all got it. You passed it on to all of us.
So I just bring it towards you two as well.
Yeah, I'm never gonna say no to it. So This is fun. So the
Mhm.
Big Shots line has really exploded for WWE over the past couple years. They are these updated versions of the old wrestling buddies, which everyone of our generation knows and loves and grew up with here. They are, I think, most of us agreed, like the best version of these since the original wrestling buddies. They are certainly on the pricier side, although they do offer them in the, as Randy shows, the small, medium, and large there. So you can get all different versions. You don't have to pay that extreme price. I can't remember what is the biggest one. Is it like 90?
It's like 90. I got Jey Uso for Fitz last Christmas. He's like $90. I mean, but
Yeah, that's
in all
Yeah.
fairness, if somebody broke into my house tonight, I could hit somebody in the head and kill somebody. I mean,
it's
that's
heavy duty.
he is heavy duty. So I mean, you do get big quality, but it is $90.
You may want to cut that part out, Alex, with Randy admitting he can kill somebody.
Kill a man with Jey Uso.
He's not admitting that he has killed someone. It's a hypothetical at this point.
Everything
But-
can be hypothetical.
Right. This is, again, I think it's in that same era. I think we're talking, late aughts here, Undertaker, but deep cut there on that on the trunks. He is showing all of that chest in
Right.
there. Randy,
He's showing all that chest.
you got the 6-incher there.
Yeah, just like last year with Purple Taker, I thought 6 inches would be enough. I thought 6 inches would be bigger. It looked bigger. The pictures looked.
That's what everyone has ever told me. So I hope they're-
But he does have the hook for like your backpack if you wanted to do that. I did get him because it is $90 for the full sized one, and I've got the two. I don't know, the WWE buddies, the ones with the black stripe on the side, and then I've got the Canadian 2021 Undertaker. I mean, how many of these am I going to have around the house? So the mini just seemed like a good way to like keep it going, but not take up the entire basement. So
I'm sure there'll be more.
I am
You can
sure
never
there will
have
be more.
enough.
I think this was supposed. I think Alex. I think you hit it right on the head. I think this is supposed to be 05,
Yeah.
Okay.
but not bearded Undertaker late 05 because you got to buy a big one for that. If they
Ooh,
come
I
out
would-
with that every,
I'd be all about that.
you got to splurge for that one. I'm glad you pointed out. I never noticed he is wearing the I don't know, like the Dolly Parton cut here. I never realized that.
He is showing all that man cleavage right there, man.
He works hard to show it off.
That's right.
Yeah, he looks great on this. Yeah, I'd be showing it off too. I like the tattoos on there. They're not exact, but they are. You can see some skulls in there. It's kind of a fun cartoony version of the tattoos. Steven, you get all three when the big shots come out?
I do.
Oh my goodness.
Thank God for credit cards.
Oh my goodness. And are they all out of the package? Because I know like some of them come like bundled up.
No,
Don't
I
they?
keep them in the plastic.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting.
That's got to help a little bit when they're vacuum sealed, I guess, at least.
Right,
a little
right.
bit more
Yeah.
compact. Yeah.
I'm a little bit crazy, as you should have known. Just keep everything nice, tight, and sealed.
Sure.
I remember in your YouTube video when you were going around the Undertaker room, some of those WWE buddies were still vacuum sealed and rolled up. Looked like a little sleeping bag.
Yeah, right.
Well.
Like a little sleeping bag. You could just put it right on your head.
Well, this is one I did not get, but I'm staring at it now and I'm kind of tempted. Like it is a cool design. I like the face with the eyes rolled back. I thought this turned out really well, and I'm thinking about trying to go look for maybe one of the smaller versions of this now.
Probably a Christmas sale, so I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, and keeping in that same family, sort of. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Now this is a Canadian exclusive, similar to the one Randy was talking about here. I don't know who makes these, but they are more like a stuffed doll rather than like a wrestling buddy. I think they're. How big is that one you've got there? Because this is like a second release.
Right.
I think he's like 16 inches.
Yeah, he's more than a foot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big boy. And This has got to be Attitude Era Undertaker, I'd say, based on that gear.
Yes.
Randy's holding the, original early 90s Taker version there. This one, no one has this, right? No one on our group?
I have been, I can't speak for Stephen. I'd be interested to see what his answer is. I have been searching eBay because that's how I got this other one, was I just searched eBay until somebody put it up, spent $50, got it over here, whatever. And that other one, the new line looks a little rough. They all do though. The Rhea
looks a little rough.
Roman looks a little, they all look a little rough, but I wouldn't mind adding him to my other one. But I don't know. I haven't seen, I go Walmart plush, Walmart Canada, all the keyword, and I've never seen one so far that's popped up. And I don't know, even if they did, I don't know how cheap it would be with all the tariffs and things now. Doesn't it have to go over the border? Isn't it subject to that? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I can't find one. So if Steven has the hookup, call me.
Well, little spoiler, my friend from Canada, Canon Night 10, new podcast co-host.
Forgot he's in Canada.
Yes. He was able to find one for me.
No
He's
way.
On the lookout. He's on the lookout for more.
He was able to find one for me.
He did be able to find. I didn't get it yet, but he did say that he found one for me.
All right.
He did. There was some Walmart link that you can buy it online in Canada.
Oh wow!
But apparently, people in the U.S. cannot buy it from Walmart Canada because you need a Canadian credit card.
See, that's your next step. That's the next level for your collecting. Is you got to start getting credit cards in different countries.
My next level is I just get some kind of like property in Canada and just put issue credit cards in my name up there.
I was gonna say, I wonder if you could just use like a VPN, but like if you actually have to have a Canadian credit card, that's
they will not ship to a U.S. address or have any type of U.S. card info. I was like, damn it.
Canada's got all the good stuff, man. Like, these Grinch socks that we got with the Happy Meal this year, the Grinch meal, we got all these socks. They had that last year. They had last year. And then this year they still had Grinch socks this year. We've caught up to them, but now they have Who Hash. So you can get Who Hash browns at at Canada, Walmart, Canada McDonald's, but we're still behind. Canada has all the cool stuff.
Who Hash browns?
They have Who Hash browns at the McDonald's there. In addition to the Grinch socks, we just have the Grinch socks. And now in random bins in their Walmart, they have these guys just sitting there for the taking. And we can't, I have not seen one on eBay. So if Canaanite 10, I will pay you with US dollars converted to Canadian dollars.
US dollars.
I will pay you with.
Is that a good deal?
I will pay you with hits on your new podcast when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, there you go. That's all that matters.
Well, maybe they will be coming to America next year. We could only hope.
Just like Eddie Murphy.
Right. Exactly. Now, do the McDonald's in Canada, do they still have the McDonaldland shortbread cookies? Because if they did, I would move to Canada next year.
They've got, I don't know.
Dearly.
They do have the maple leaf on the arches, which is how you know it's going to be good. And they do have vinegar packets for their fries. So you get ketchup packets, mustard packets. You can get vinegar packets too.
That's exciting.
Yes.
So are we going to Canada when we go to the SummerSlam this
if there's a pay-per-view in Canada,
we'll go.
I'm down. Yeah.
Should I bring my passport when I come to Minnesota, Randy?
I'm gonna have to get mine updated. Mine is out of date. Speaking of exciting, right here, does it get more exciting than this bobblehead? The Foco bobbleheads, they are certainly interesting. They have released quite a few of them, and there's been a number of Undertaker ones. They're often, I think, always very limited in quantity, like weird random numbers. So I didn't write down exactly what this one was, but this is part of their magazine cover line, which I think is a really, really cool idea. As a former many years subscriber to WWF Magazine, I mean, I certainly remember this cover and going through this issue. So I have a ton of nostalgia for that. This is a recreation of that infamous moment where Paul Bearer turns on Undertaker, smashes him with that urn, the Rest in Pieces cover of the magazine. I don't know about you guys. I don't love the execution of these bobbleheads as much as I appreciate the idea of them.
Yeah.
You mean the Undertaker on his knees in front of Paul Bearer?
I mean, that's a little awkward. The hair length on Taker, I'm not sure he's ever had that hair length. I don't know what that is.
Dutch
I don't
boy,
know,
yeah.
man. It just
It's kind of weird.
Something's off about it.
I do like the actual magazine kind of like as the background, and I just noticed the mini magazine by the Undertaker's ankle there. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
it is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Steven, I hope you have one of these.
I do. Still in the box, never taken out, so I don't know if it's broken. I don't know if anything is. Don't care. It's out of mind, out of sight.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I do not have this. I think it's very cool. I mean, like you said, it mimics the November 96. I think it says it right on the front there, November 96.
Yeah, it does.
Cover of the magazine. I got the magazine. I don't have this. Focos I like them. Stephen actually sent me a WrestleMania 15 Undertaker that I have. He lights up. So I've got a Foco. I got a Foco bobblehead. I don't have this one, but they are just like the big shots. They are mostly pretty good, but they are pricey because it's, as Alex said, one of 125, one of 37. I mean, whatever.
Right. Yeah. Really random numbers here. And there was another one here. I really was thinking about getting this one, but just didn't end up pulling the trigger on it. This one to me came off a lot better. This is the May 91 Undertaker magazine cover. And again, it's really cool. As Randy mentioned, it's got like the magazine as the background, even with like all the other articles written down on there. So pretty neat. And I think this one came off looking a lot better than the other one. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. It's May of 91. And I have this magazine also. It might be his first magazine cover, I think. Something like that.
It is,
so
I've got it framed behind me on the wall. Yep.
And he looks good. I think he's looking a little bit like to the side, like he kind of maybe just farted, but then it wasn't a fart after all.
That's definitely what it is. Yeah, sure.
But overall, awesome.
Good thing he's got that big black coat.
Right. Good thing he's wearing dark pants. That's JR would say. But it is very cool. I wish I had it, but I don't.
Steven, you got it?
Absolutely.
Okay. How do you obtain though? Do you are you there as soon as they drop for the bobbleheads, or do they sell out?
Really? You have to make sure to pre-order them if you want them, because usually if the pre-order ends, usually they just sell out automatically. So it's like you want to wait so you can have like a discount code to use, but usually the discount code doesn't work on pre-orders. So it's like you're screwed either way.
Sure. Then you're doing secondary market like I am for that Canadian Walmart guy. You know? Right.
And usually I don't even know about the Foco stuff until they have a drop of it. Like it says, oh, you can pre-order now. I'm like, oh shit, what is this?
Sure.
I do think if they made more and dropped the price, I would be all about them.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that's why
they want them. Right. They want them to be limited. They want them to be more collectible. So that's their whole business deal. But this is one. I think this is one of my favorite ones that we've seen of theirs throughout the years. It would be the one I probably would want the most. Cool edition there. Cool collectible. And this one is a refresh or a re-release, if you will. The Elite Undertaker from WrestleMania 29. Am I right? This is the Punk match, right? Yep.
29 with 28's coat.
Is that right?
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So a little bit of a mishmash here. But this is, buzz cut, faux hawk Undertaker with the super shredder jacket and the cloak over his head. Really incredible job that Mattel did on the jacket. What was this originally released as, Steven? Do you remember?
Elite Series 27.
Okay, so a long time ago.
long time
Long
ago,
time
like
ago.
end of 2013, I want to say, beginning of 2014.
Every year, poor Steven gets quizzed on this stuff. It's like he's taking the Undertaker SATs, but he gets it right, man.
Oh yeah, he knows. That's why I was here. That's what we asked him for.
That's the only reason why I'm included on this.
What do you think, Steven? Did we need a refresh of this one? Was it worthy of getting re-released?
I mean, the re-releasing everything just with the updated technology, you know, the double jointed arms and legs, the true FX face. They did the silver studs in the jacket, which was not in the original release. So they kind of upped the game with the re-releasing it. You know, they didn't give you just a, you know, here's just the same old. And actually, I think this face, what they did on him, was better than the original one. So, you know, I'm always welcome to when they re-release older figures and make them better. So I think they definitely did it better here for him.
Hey, I mean, if you want people to buy it that we're not collecting or not in that space at the time, there's a chance for them to do it and buy it from you and not buy it from eBay. And if, like you had just said, if they kind of redo it and make it all fancy and update a few things, you'll get people to buy it a second time if they do have the original. So, I mean, what a great concept.
And what's better than putting Undertaker back on the shelves? You know, you may get somebody that's like a new fan, be like, oh, that guy looks cool. I wonder what he looks like and what he does. So there's always something good, you know, putting Undertaker back on the shelves.
I love the Palpatine look. I got this from Ringside just because he doesn't have a lot of this. I mean, there are some, but it doesn't dominate. There's not 40 of these or anything. So I liked that idea. I did not have the original from way back when. Yeah. And the only thing I don't love about it is, I guess I should end with the other thing I love about it. There's so much plastic involved here. Even taking him out of the detol, almost a year later, you get that plastic euphoric smell that all of us collectors love. Like, I mean, that's like new baby smell right there. That's pretty good stuff. But the only thing I don't like about him is anytime you get a taker in a hard rubber robe or a hard rubber coat, they talk about how he's stuck in the angel pose. And, you know, like you showed earlier, Alex, you could certainly wrestle him out of there. And then he's just in his faux hawk and he's just in his tank top and the black pants. He looks okay, but the whole point of this is to have him in the Palpatine robe and hood, right? That's
exactly. He's displaying it like that. Come on,
put him back in that thing, but then he's stuck in the angel pose. You can't do much with him other than just have him stand there like he's an angel cookie that you're making on Christmas. But I'll take it. The good outweighs the bad by far.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Randy, I also did not have this one previously as more of a newer collector, so I was excited to get this one. The older version had been one I'd often looked at on eBay and often considered getting, so I was glad to be able to get it at a cheaper price and get a more updated version of it. So super happy with this one and add it to my collection finally. An iconic look for Undertaker. And again, all of these Undertakers have been very different. Which is great to see. It's not all the same look, and they do a great job of spreading it out amongst the different lines here. And something I don't think any of us had on our radar. Let's talk about this fun. We've got two really unique items that were at Walmart during the Easter season. A couple of blind box items that I know the three of us went crazy for. I don't know if everyone else went crazy for them. In fact, these belts are still at my Walmart. I bought
mine too
a couple weeks ago because I'm still looking for this one. I did not want to go the eBay route as Randy did. I'm a purist, man. I got to find it the right way. But I am super jealous that he's got this fantasy Undertaker world title. That's what these are. These are slap championship title slap bands that were at Walmart in blind bags. I think they were like $3.99 or $4.99 per bag, something like that. And I've got the checklist on here actually. So let's see. There's another one. Yeah. So we had the NXT Championship, the IC title, US title, tag team titles, the John Cena spinner title, the NXT North American Championship, which I'm sure everyone was dying to get, the undisputed title, which was in the rare category, and the super rare Undertaker Legacy title, which I think means there was one per shipment of those. Whereas for the other ones, they were littered with US titles and NXT titles, which I have an abundance of the, half a dozen or so of these that I've purchased. I think it's been all those, but this was really cool. Even though this is not a title Undertaker ever actually wore, it's one that's been sold on WWE Shop, and it's cool to have him be the chase, the ultimate thing that you're trying to get out of this blind box.
Mm-hmm.
I came full circle on this because you guys justifiably rip on me for it, because at first I said, I don't need this. Undertaker never wore that belt. Dumb, pass, sad, and
sad, dumb, stupid.
Yeah. But as time went on, Fitzy, my 6-year-old son, he's 7 now, but he was 6 at the time, wanted to look for some of these belts. And so we bought a couple just trying to get tag belts that match. And he wanted to get a couple Jey Uso belts that, belts like the Intercontinental that Jey Uso had held. And so we buy 4 or 5 or 6, and then we go out to the car and we open. We try to feel the package and feel the shape, and then you go out and open them, and then you don't find the Undertaker one, and you're like, well, maybe I want it, but I don't know if I want to. How much do I want to spend? 20, 30 bags of these things. So I ended up looking on eBay, and I think it was 30 or 35. I think I can't remember.
I mean, not bad,
right? And so I ended up splurging on this. Shedeur Sanders is Deion Sanders' son, and he often holds it up like this, like a status symbol, like he's showing off his watch or something. Sure. But maybe he's showing this off instead.
Oh man, he'd be my favorite player ever if he did that.
But so I kind of came full circle on it, and you guys ragged me, which is justifiable. But that was kind of a fun little thing that we did, because we bought 10 of them or so, and I think Fitz kept 3 or 4. And the rest of them were like the North American title and the US title. And I think we had 1 WWE championships, the Undisputed Championship. And so we sold the rest on eBay. And I think I came within, I think I spent $41, and I think I recouped 26. So I ended up, I paid 15. I paid $15 for the 5 that we kept. 4 that we kept.
That works out
pretty good. And there's still some. No, the lies. The belts are gone. It's the thumb wrestlers I still have some of.
Well,
oh my god,
you talked about feeling the bag and getting on there, and you're right that the U.S. title there, as you all can see, it's got the similar, edge there of the bottom that the Undertaker title has. So that's the one that's tricked me, that I've gotten the most, because I will, you can tell the rounded ones, the tag team titles, the IC title. Okay, yeah, that one's definitely not the Taker title, but that US title and the NXT title are the ones that have tripped me up, that I've gotten the most.
Yeah.
Stephen, do you have? How do you count this? Like, you just have a bag? Do you even know if it's actually the belt in there?
I have an unopened bag, which I'm pretty sure it might be him, and I have one open.
Okay. So I think you have to have an open one.
Mystery bags, I open it to make sure I have him, and I display anything mystery loose. So it's on like a couple shelves, all kinds of mystery shelves. And then if I want, I'll have like a sealed bag behind them. But I'm of the fact that I'm pretty sure it's he's in the bag or whatever, and that's what I just tell myself. It's
Alex got me going on like, hey, turn it over, because Alex, you sent me that I don't know, that purple Undertaker figure that's hidden. He's hidden in a purple like ghost, and you pop him open, and it was like a mystery bag guy. And I opened it. You sent it to me sealed, and I opened it, and I'm like, oh my, it is the Undertaker. Like, my mind was blown. I'm like, dude, you sent me this thing, it's the Undertaker, how'd you know? And you're like, man, the serial number on the back, there's a serial number on the back. So I was looking for that on these belts, but I don't think there is such a thing.
I don't
here.
think they did it for those. Nor the thumb wrestlers here. Let's go, baby. This might be my favorite release of the year. The Thumb Wrestlers, Undertaker, Bret Hart were together in the 2-pack. SummerSlam 97 here. And it is, I mean, that's
There
a
you go.
97 Undertaker.
That is.
Because it's
Teardrop
got the little teardrop on there. So random. But yeah, these were fun. I think Steven sent these to me. I think you're the one who found, because I pretty sure
Probably.
I don't think I ever saw these in my Walmart. We saw the titles, but I think I never saw the Thumb Wrestlers at my store for whatever reason. So thankfully,
the Thumb Wrestlers went quick at my Walmarts. They were much more popular than the belts, because all three of my Walmarts that are around me are just flooded with the belts still, and they still are getting new shipments of the Series 1 belts. I'm like, oh my God. There's so many of them, but the Thumb Wrestlers came and went.
Yeah, I don't know why those ended up being more popular, but I mean, they're fun, man.
People like a little head. What can I tell you?
Yeah, I'm all for this. I'm all for random, unexpected, silly little stuff. Give me some of this every year for me to go out and collect. Even if it's, I'd rather know what I'm buying, but hey, I'll take the chase of the blind box. I'm down to spend, $20, chasing some of this stuff.
I love the teardrop. I killed a guy in prison, Undertaker. I love
on a kid's thumb wrestler toy. Yes.
Right. And we were looking for Jey Uso for my son and Undertaker for me. And this one was a little bit easier to find. And I think I went across the border there by my work to Wisconsin at their Walmart. Found a bunch of packets. The only one at the time that had them. And I think I bought 10 or 15 of these. And Undertaker, I think I had a Drew McIntyre first. I was fooled, but I ended up getting an Undertaker, ended up getting a Jey Uso, and a couple of Bretts, a couple of Codys, a lot of Kevin Owens. And then I did get a repeat Undertaker, which I'm showing in my notes here that I sent to Stephen.
You did.
Maybe you wanted multiple ones. And then I ended up I've sold 10 of them so far. And I've still got 6 left upstairs, if anybody's listening. And I've already recouped my money. I'm down to $15 for Jay and the Undertaker. I spent $15 for Jay and the Undertaker, and then whatever the 6 are that I sell. So that's not a little bad enterprise there.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Steven, do you have this like multi-pack?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
Amazon exclusive.
There you go. I love it. He is on the box there. I feel like you got to have it.
Absolutely.
All right. This is another one. This was one of my most anticipated figures of Taker for 2025. I think I mentioned it on last year's podcast, talking about what we were hoping for. This is the Knuckle Crunchers line. I am a huge fan of any sort of mini Undertaker figure, and this is I think it took them 3 or 4 series to finally get to Undertaker. Mattel's been pumping these out, and they've been kind of popular with people online, even though it's definitely a kid's product. But they are, there's a lot of articulation and a lot of detail put into these. Comes with the accessory here, the breakaway tombstone and the hat. No tattoos, sadly, but still, pretty good face scan and a very fun figure. These were fairly plentiful, pretty easy to find out there. I know we were all kind of scared about finding Walmart stuff, but I think we all were able to find these pretty easily, and pretty cool there as Randy shows off the breakaway tombstone.
This is one I also found at that Wisconsin Walmart. And I think I found it first. I think I sent it to both of you guys, but as we always do, like you said, we get paranoid, we get scared. First guy who finds it sends it to everybody else, and then like 2 weeks later, everybody finds it anyway. But you never know, so we always
Walmart's tricky,
Just send it to us.
Walmart is tricky.
So I found 3, and it was like serendipity. But yeah, with the every Knuckle Cruncher gets some sort of weapon with it. Taker was a breakaway tombstone. I know. One of the Usos I got like a stretcher, and chairs. There's different things that they can get. And Undertaker's hat actually comes off. You would think it's molded on here. It actually comes up, which seems like a fun little bonus that his hat comes off until he falls down in your display, and then you got to fish that darn thing out, but otherwise it's kind of nice that his hat does come off. But yeah, really, really cool. Don't know if we'll see other Undertakers of different eras in Knuckle Crunchers eventually. I went out, Fitz made out like a bandit with this because I got him like as I'm hunting for this guy. Fitz, let's find Jey Uso. Let's find Jimmy Uso. Let's get you Roman. Roman comes with the belt. That's cool. Let's get you Cody. Hey, you probably need the ring and like the little teeny mini ring. Got like the
oh my God.
Got like nylons, like that's the canvas so they can bounce. It's pretty cool.
Back when we were kids, Randy, this was probably before you probably aged out maybe a little bit. So maybe it's just me out of us, but I had the Jax mini figures as well. They were not there. I think they were even small. They're definitely smaller even than these, but they were fun. And they'd come in like a 4-pack with a little mini ring too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they were fun to take. If you couldn't fit all of your real figures, you could just take your little mini ring and mini figures and play with those. So I imagine kids these days think of them the same way. Were you excited to get a Knuckle Cruncher, Stephen?
Absolutely. I love like much like you, Alex. I love miniature Undertaker items, and like you said, you see like the first couple series come out, and you're like, oh, I hope they eventually do the Undertaker, and then they do, and then like you said, it's like, oh my God, but it's Walmart. It's the panic sets in. It's like, I never find anything at Walmart, and then it's like, I really hope they do more attires for him.
Oh yeah.
Because he was super popular. Everybody, everybody wanted to get the Undertaker, and thanks to Randy, I got him, and I only saw him one more time at Walmart, and it was I got him the second time to open one up, so it worked out perfectly.
I think they've done a lot of re-releases of Knuckle Crunchers, so they'll repaint guys and get a second use out of those molds. So I could definitely see them doing that with Taker. This one is kind of like a 04-ish Taker, as far as like he's got the belted pants instead of the full singlet. But I feel like you could totally paint over that and then put a little splash of color there on the side of the pants and do something and make it a 09 Taker or something like that. But yeah, I'd be all about it if they gave us another one.
Do you guys remember in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when they used the car, the sports car, and Cameron is all worried about scratching the car and, oh geez, protect the car, got to keep it mint. And that for me is finding these Knuckle Crunchers, 3 of them, exactly 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. You're looking at it, and I come home and Deanna's like, oh cool, you're gonna send one to Alex and keep one, and you're gonna send one to Steven. And I'm like, oh my God, which one's the most? I'm like putting it in front of her, like which one. Keep it mint. Which one's Steven wants it mint? Which one is the most minty of the mint? And then like I'm having her judge it from all angles. We're like getting on like a surface level to like look at everything because we
got like the jeweler's glass. Like
I appreciate the museum curator effects that went into that.
This one, I think also it may have mentioned on one of these podcasts. This is like debut Judgment Day. Of 2000 Undertaker, debut of the Biker Taker, trench coat, denim shirt, sunglasses right here in the Monday Night War collection, which, if I collected anything beyond Undertaker and Undertaker opponents, this would be a very fun line to collect. They've been doing some deep cuts, some people you never thought would get released, and some looks of guys that you wouldn't normally see released. So this was a very fun one. Never been done like to this extent. They've done sort of variations of it with Mattel and Jax, but never quite to this level. And it's such a memorable, such an important moment from the Undertaker. So to finally get it released in this beautiful fashion, I was very excited about it. Steven, you got it there. Mint in the box.
Oh, man.
Looking good. And then Randy has got it there. Out of the box, fist raised. Man, I got nothing but praise. This might be my Taker figure of the year right here.
I usually as Stephen notes, I do crazy poses and weird stuff with the takers and officer and a gentleman, and one's power bombing another. There's only one thing you can do with this figure, and you're looking at it. I mean, if you take him out of the box at all, this is what you do with that figure. By the way, he did come with a Michael Cole torso.
Get a bonus Michael Cole torso there.
And I sold that torso for $15 on eBay and recouped some of my money. So
yeah,
man,
it went fast.
I love getting the Build-A-Figure parts because it is a coupon because you can always list them and people will always buy them.
And I know
I've never not sold Build-A-Figure parts
like within a day or two, right?
Yep,
it goes quick.
It's wonderful.
I know this represents it says right on the box that Stephen has, represents Undertaker's first Raw back the night after Judgment Day from 5/22/2000, where he runs down the DX and the McMahons with his motorbike there.
A great memory.
But I like to pretend instead that this is from the October 30th, 2000 Raw, where William Regal's out in the middle of the ring and he's kind of running down the city of Boston and he's giving them 127 reasons how they could better themselves. And then out comes the Undertaker, dressed somewhat like this. And he just comes out, gives William Regal the last ride, picks up the mic and says, "You talk funny." And end of segment. So that's what I pretend this is from.
As we all do.
Of course.
As we all do. It looks great without the jacket too, if you want to display him in wrestling gear. But you got to pose him in the jacket here. Are the glasses and the headband are not removable, right?
Nope.
They're all molded on there. So you're not, this is promo Taker. This is entrance Taker on the bike. You're not really having him wrestle. You can have him do a choke slam or something like that. But man, this is so well done. So much needed for any Undertaker collection here. I'm glad we got it released in this fashion.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this. Stephen, you're going to have to fill us in on this stuff here.
Yeah.
So this is through StockX, I think. This is the Ghostwrite Undertaker collaboration, limited edition. I know you said, Stephen, you don't actually have these because, I mean, explain what these are as best you can. What are the details? How do you buy these? What even are these things?
Well, it started off as like a blind auction, apparently, where you had to put in a bid. And if that bid was, I think, the highest or the lowest of all the other bids, then whatever is that bid and lower or higher received the 100 of them. So
100 of them?
No, there was 100. So 100.
Oh,
people
okay.
won.
100 people won. Okay.
So 100 people won a Undertaker, and it was all based on the amount of your bid. And then a lot of people go on this website apparently and sell them.
Okay, they resell them.
Whoever wants to buy it without bidding, and I don't know what the winning bid was for, but it was not mine.
Yeah, it's another, like, I don't even know. It's some sort of statue. I guess they make other, I've never heard of this brand. I guess they make other toys like this, but a weird sort of Bart Simpson haircut there on the Undertaker too. I mean, Randy, have you seen this? I mean,
Alex, I was just going to say, I've never seen the Undertaker one. No, but did we see a John Cena version of this in your vlog?
We saw they had one under lock and key at the Superstore. Yes,
under lock and key. Yeah, I remember we walked by it. It was kind of halfway up the stairs between the first level and the second level of the Superstore.
Yeah,
and they had.
It was not for sale. One. It was just for display. Yeah,
and we stopped and we kind of looked at it under lock and key and glass case, and we went, "Huh? Like why? Why is this under glass case? Like who's going to steal this? I guess it's just."
Well, apparently it's super valuable.
Apparently.
Same with this Bear Brick Undertaker, which is like a bear Lego style Undertaker figure. I don't get this super high end but ugly collectible type deal. They
Me
do
either.
this also with some of their merch. Like they have the
Quote.
Travis Scott merch or the Drake merch, and it's super expensive, but to me, like also super ugly and super weird looking stuff. So I don't get it, but there's clearly a market for it. It was this is all sort of in the same realm, right, Stephen?
Yeah, it's like all kinds of like artistic style vinyl figures, stuff like that. Um, I'm much like you, Alex. I'm not hip enough for stuff
No.
like this. So
You
if
Yeah.
guys know you got your Snoop Dogg Undertaker collaboration shirts. You
Oh
got 'em.
yeah. That
Me?
I
No,
could get
I
on board
didn't.
with. I could get on
didn't.
board with that. There was some cool stuff there. But yeah, so you didn't get this one either.
No.
Yeah. But if it's out there, if you find a deal one day, these could be like the
Exactly. That's
Beanie
what I
Babies in
Sure.
20
that's what I
years.
always say. That's what I
Maybe
always
they're-
say. If there's a good deal to be had, I'll get it. But for
Yeah.
what people are asking for now, I'm good.
Absolutely insane there. So that's not everything. That brings me to the end of my presentation, but I do have a couple unboxings that I can do here because Stephen did send me a box at the end of the year that I been saving for a couple weeks here. So I've been itchy to open this up, but thought we could do a couple live unboxings here on the show. And I did say there was one more basic to get to, and it's this guy right here. So this is one, Randy, you talked about for a while. I wasn't even sure if I needed it, but Stephen did get a few of them for us. So yeah, I had to take one. We're talking WrestleMania 17 here. A basic Undertaker. It's nice because it comes with a shirt. You don't usually get like a little accessory like that with a basic. So it's the cutoff sleeve shirt there. I think it's the same head really as that.
It is.
Yeah, okay. Exact same head there. It's got the Deadman ink pants, the Try Me, I'll Make You Famous shirt. Nothing on the back there. But yeah, it's a fun one. I don't know if it's a need, but it's a cool one to have there. It's certainly a memorable match there, the Mania 17 match. Randy, you were hyped for it though.
I was, because I knew I had this idea where I wanted an Undertaker to powerbomb the spare red Undertaker I had. And I saw this guy was coming out. And number one, there's not a lot of make you famous stuff. There's the big 12-incher that I talked about earlier. I have him, the Ringside Rebels, but there's not a lot of make you famous. I saw that and I was like, that's really cool. And I did like that he's got the glasses and bandana and they don't necessarily come off, but I do like that they're there. By the way, it's a different do-rag pattern than the Monday Night Wars guy. They're different. It's a different pattern. So like they just didn't. Then I noticed that was something that they could have just copied, and who's going to notice but us?
That's interesting.
Different pattern, which is nice.
I didn't pick up on that.
And I just thought when he had two C grips and literally his hands just do this, I thought, oh man, this is my power bomb guy. That right there, he's going to power bomb. That's perfect. And so, but you don't know until you get him to your house. And I thought, if I can get him, I told Stephen and you, I think, if I can get him on the Ringside Black Friday sale, I will add him to my order and then we'll try this thing out. And he was not on in time for Black Friday, but good thing there's a Stephen box. And we said we were going to unbox them at this podcast, and I totally forgot and opened mine early. So that's on me, but this is what ended up happening to mine right here.
And this like really slick pants on there. So, it's supposed to be like that shiny leather attire on there. And they really nailed that in the paint. So I think that's pretty neat. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, even with the basics, you can pop the hands out pretty easily. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you could take the C grips out, which the C grips are always kind of boring. And you could put some fists in there from a spare Undertaker figure you might have somewhere. If you have 100 Undertaker figures, like some weirdos like ourselves on there. So
I do have my bag o parts, and they're all Undertaker. Yeah.
So you can always change that out. So cool release there. And another, well, Stephen did send me this, not an official release, but we got the old casket playset there from Ringside Collectibles. So that'll be nice on display. I'll have to find a good use for that.
My wife's number one, on her gift list for Christmas was a sticker machine, and that's when I thought of my own casket playset. I got the silver casket, and I thought, hey, if I get you that sticker machine, can you make little Ultimate Warrior stickers that I can put on my casket playset and make it look like the one that's at the funeral parlor? And she was like, I don't know, I can try. So we'll make that happen. Christmas.
No, a lot of fun that could be had with that sticker machine. And this one, boy, I don't even remember like seeing the news about this one, but once maybe one of you shared it in the chat. Okay, it was Randy. This is very fun. The Minex, I don't know. It's just a figure. It's just like a little stand up. Doesn't move around.
It's a little statue.
Not a bobblehead or anything, but boy, I love the look of this one. Randy's showing it off, and Stephen had it there in the box as well.
He's 4.5 inches, but it's not the size; it's how you use him.
Well, it feels like 6. Yeah. This is great. I love the look of it. I love the design of it. I'm a huge fan of this.
WrestleMania
what about
20,
you guys?
Give or take, right? WrestleMania 20, I would say, with the belt buckle, and
we'll go with that.
Yeah, WrestleMania 2021. Yeah,
sort of the hair length there. Yeah, sure.
I threw in this tombstone from Jack's. I just thought it looked like it's perfect size.
It is kind of perfect.
It is kind of perfect. Yeah,
might have to do that as well. Steven, they have a bunch of these, like the other WWE guys.
Oh yeah, they have a whole slew of them, like from Cena and Roman Reigns to Rock, Stone Cold, and Kane. They have virtually everybody, past and present.
I don't know why they don't get more press or more love. I think they're really awesome.
I never heard of this until I checked the Undertaker's. I check his ringside. What is it? What's that? What's the page that has every Undertaker figure ever made?
A wrestling figure database.
Yeah,
I will shout out that I stole all these pictures from. It's a great resource and a great website. So definitely check them out.
I check that, or Ringside. I check that, every week or so, and a week or two. And this popped up on Ringside, and I was like, and I love when we discover something because we immediately shoot it to each other, like, what in the hell?
I know
is this? And like it was just like, what? And
I know you showed that, and I was like. Because they had Series 1, and I thought that was it. And there was no Undertaker. There was like Rock, Austin, Roman Reigns, Cody, someone else. It's like, oh, great. I'm in the clear. No Undertaker. And then you shared this. I'm like, oh my God, they actually made them.
That was my Black Friday order, was going to be this and the 161, the one we just covered with the I'll Make You Famous shirt. It was going to be those two together, and they had this on Ringside, but they didn't have 161 yet. And then Steven said, don't worry, I got your back for both. And I was like, okay, sounds good.
Got your back, Jack.
Yes.
Well, I think these are great too. Like, say you have a crazy collection at home, but maybe you just want to have a little something on your desk at work or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to look like a crazy person at work with a bunch of wrestling stuff, but this is like just the right size to put on your desk. Or, even if you're not an Undertaker guy, if you're another wrestling superstar, like you get whatever the Minex one. These are really cool, just the right size for that. I'm a huge fan of this, and cheap, easy to get, not like the crazy bear brick thing or whatever. So huge endorsement from me on this one.
You can buy 10 of those for that price.
Easily, right? All right. And did I miss anything from this year before I do a couple things that we can preview for next year?
Let me go down the list.
Nothing that's jumping out at me. I think you covered everything. I'm scrolling through my collection room.
I like to hear it.
I think you covered it all.
Yep, I think you did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there are a couple things that have been announced for 2026.
Oh God.
Another bobblehead. There'll probably be another one too, but this is the, I guess they're going down pay-per-view posters instead of magazines next year. This is the Backlash 2008 poster with Undertaker with the scythe there, a pretty memorable poster and a pretty good depiction there on the bobblehead. Again, I think Foco's can be hit and miss, but this one's not bad. And this would be a fun one to have. If you went to this show, I feel like you gotta find one of these, man.
Oh yeah, I think that's fun if people actually went to any of these shows. Even for the magazines, if they have the magazine itself,
Yeah,
like cute, it's a cute little like display piece.
Yeah, it's got the date on the one side of the pay-per-view, Backlash '08, and then on the right, it's got the city and state that it was in.
right.
So yeah, I could see if it was something I went to, I could see, oh man, I gotta have that one. And this isn't that bad. It's $65, which sometimes they've been more expensive than that. So it's $65 and it's of 125. This one is.
I'd be all about that for that price if I went to this show. Absolutely, I'd jump on that. For sure.
And I didn't realize, I know the pre-order is going on now, but Alex, you probably put this in 2026 because I imagine you don't get it until I don't even know.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is available there.
Sure.
Through Foco. Now I have seen people. It was one of the Undertakers from last year. I think it's the Ultimate from last year with this same gear, this jacket and hat. You can get a scythe from some toy on Amazon and display it that way. So be a fun addition to your display. And then this is the only other thing I have for next year, but it's a little controversial. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see once this comes out. We got another Ultimate Undertaker here, and this I believe is supposed to be WrestleMania 25. And you may not be able to tell here looking at the box, but as you can see here, the shirt is a soft goods shirt that can be peeled down to reveal that BSK Pride tattoo.
Sexy pillow talk.
The posing after the match with the sleeves pulled down there of Undertaker. Some of the pictures we've seen, pre-production pictures, that shirt looks a little funky. They're in the package. Yeah. I think it looks pretty decent right there. And especially if you do this, which I think you got to pose them like this. Honestly, it's like the SummerSlam 2001 that they did but that was like a rubber shirt, but still I posed that one with the sleeves down as well. So what do you two guys think of this one? Something definitely different.
Yeah, initially I texted you guys how turned off I was by this. Because it is soft goods, it looks like almost like Sherpa.
How could you be turned off by this?
Right.
No nipples.
No nipples. I got nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? But
black tips, no nips. Taker here.
Right. But
no hips.
No nips.
You guys have both told me, like, no, you're supposed to. The reason why the shirt looks so wonky is you're supposed to be able to roll it down like that 2001 Tag Team Champion one, but they don't want to make it rubber. I think that rubber Undertaker one, I remember it was kind of a belly. If you wanted to leave it up, it ended up being like a belly shirt. He had the blue meanie fit going on.
Yeah.
And there was some talk about that. So this, on the Major Wrestling Figure Pod, they talked about that it's soft goods, so you can roll it down easier, and it's attached at his waist. It does not come off the figure unless you take the figure apart, and like break him and then put him back together. So it does not come off. You can't take the shirt off completely. It's kind of at his waist, but you can fold it down like that. So I've come around to it a little bit. I guess I'll have to see what the final product looks like when it comes out. I have not pre-ordered it on Ringside. It's coming out in March, I think. I got to see more, but yeah, if I did get him at all, he would be naked Undertaker, and we'd have to take the straps down for sure.
If you get him.
I know. I talk big. Yeah.
Steven, how do you think this will turn out?
I mean, it looks good. I mean, I always like how they innovate and they take things that they've done before and they make it better. like the SummerSlam '01 Undertaker. You know, they started off with having like a plastic rubber shirt, and now they went to like a soft fabric, which is easier. It's easier to pull down. It won't rip. It won't tear. And they upgrading the Target Ultimate from what's going to be a year and a half ago at this point, making them better with like the whites of the gloves and the pull down straps. So I'm liking it.
So yeah, this is technically like a re-release of that Ultimate,
Yeah.
right? But updated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greatest hits.
Greatest hits. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we will see how it plays out, and that'll be something to talk about on next year's version of the podcast. We usually
It'll be here before you know it.
It will be. I know it's wild. We usually end the year or in these podcasts talking about what do we hope for in the year to come, and it feels like more and more, they're hitting these things. They hit that debut Judgment Day Undertaker. We got the Knuckle Cruncher. What's left on your wish list? Besides, I think the dream ones we always say every year: Survivor Series 2000. No Way Out 2001, the Pajama Taker. And then Survivor Series 93, Betsy Ross jacket. That's the holy trinity of dream.
The unholy trinity.
The unholy trinity. Yeah, I'll say that. Anything else that you guys can think of, realistic or not realistic? Could be complete fantasy.
Did we, is it still happening? I know that they announced it, but I haven't seen any follow-up. Are they still doing Superstars Wave 18 Undertaker? So I think that's on tap for next year.
Thank you.
Too.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I did not get the picture, but it's like Ministry of Darkness, right?
Yeah. WrestleMania.
I hope they
did
did
it like
cloak.
Yeah, it was like, I forget, like WrestleMania weekend they talked about it maybe.
Oh
as
yeah.
a reveal, and it was very rough and early, but it was WrestleMania 15 Taker. I love the Superstars line.
Get a picture of that.
I'm definitely getting it because I love that Superstars line. And the only one we've had so far is OG Undertaker. We had that OG Undertaker a while ago.
It's a very fun looking one for sure.
Like we talked about, though, Walmart distribution problems. You don't know if you're going to get 100,000 of them, or am I going to need the Steven box to bail me out? So we'll see how it plays out. But I definitely want that Superstars Ministry Undertaker Wave 18.
Yeah, I'm honestly even shocked they still do the Superstars line, because I feel like I see them a lot more. And I think finally this year said goodbye to Bray Wyatt Superstars off the shelves at my Walmart after 5 years. Papa Shango is still hanging out there, however.
Taps. Got to play taps.
Let's see.
How has Papa Shango not caught the bus to Ollie's yet by now after 5 years?
Ric Flair is still holding down the fort now. Yeah, I am looking forward to that Superstar. I hope they bring him. I hope they give him a WrestleMania 15 style cape. I think that'll tie it all together nicely.
99 is that's 98. 99 is that's your wheelhouse. Yeah,
that's my Undertaker. Yeah.
There you go.
Hopefully he comes on Mattel Creations, because I like to, this stuff, I like to have it unpunched. I like to have it as best as I can be. And Walmart has a tendency of just putting it on the pegs.
Really cool.
This says May here. That's not too bad.
Says May.
Yeah. Wow, that's coming. It'll be here before you know it.
Excited for that. That looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do a Ultimate for the Monday Night War line. I would love a Ministry or Badass Ultimate.
I think that's the era we need of Ultimate for sure.
Yeah,
and I mean, we got to get an LJN. They're redoing the LJN line, so we got to get Taker in the LJN.
If they don't do gray gloves, they gotta do the gray gloves for the LJN.
I think it's got to be gray gloves. Yeah, 100%. They got to.
Say they had that Jax a while ago, right? It was like an LJN. I have him because it's all that we have.
Yeah,
I could certainly be cajoled to replace him with something else if it was closer.
Now, Randy,
if they do black gloves, that'd be even cooler.
That'd be just like that.
Day one.
It'd be just like how they right there, like when LJN ended, he was just coming in.
Now, not to
So-
call you the old man of the podcast, but were you an LJN guy at all, Randy?
No.
Okay.
No, I never was.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm just not that old or if my parents were not getting me stuff that fast. But first stuff I had was the Hasbros and the Hasbro ring. And
Yeah.
I had a Hogan and a Warrior and a Macho. I only had like 3
Mhm.
or 4. And then I just mixed them with He-Man and the Turtles and all that. The Turtles would always win the Royal Rumble because their feet would get caught on the rope. And so everybody else
Doing a little Vader time there.
yeah,
Smart
everybody else would get
booking.
eliminated by the Turtles would hang on. Donatello's going to WrestleMania. Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, like
Vince
Cardona
would have
and
a stroke.
Myers, they talk about having LJNs when they were like 3 and 4, and I'm like, no, I'm their age, and I
Yeah.
didn't even know what an LJN was until I think
Nope.
I was in middle school, maybe.
Right.
Or I would see them in the back of wrestling magazine for sale. I never once saw another kid who had them or saw them in stores or
Yeah,
anything
maybe
like
if you
that.
had an older brother or somebody that like handed them down to you, but
Yeah,
I didn't have that, you know.
that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want they have, I don't know if they're still doing it, the Go Jitsu line is also at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Those are kind of fun. I'd like to see an Undertaker in that line.
That would be funny. Yeah.
And Stephen, you are our fact checker here. Have we ever gotten a beard Undertaker figure
Oh my
from
gosh.
late
That's on my list.
05?
Like the full beard from 05.
Full beard.
2005 late under.
Is there a
late 05
figure
Undertaker.
that represents that?
Oh man.
Oh, hang on. I'm going through my Jax Rolodex in my brain. Hang on.
Yeah. If
don't-
not, that's on my dream list.
That's
for
exactly
Mattel.
what I put on my list here.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. No.
Okay, that's what we need.
Good one. Yeah, that would be definitely a good one.
So get Armageddon 2005. Let's call it
Years.
that.
It's been 20 years.
Right. Alex and Travis just kind of ran through that pay-per-view, so it's kind of recent in my brain. It's kind of fresh, and
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly when I was thinking of things that I would want for 2026. You're right, Alex. You put all the Betsy Ross stuff and the Survivor Series 93 coat, the pajamas he wore to No Way Out 01, all that stuff that we always talk about. But I added bearded Undertaker. That doesn't seem like such a huge leap. I mean, that's something you could just re-release from that aughts era.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
paint a beard on the
be-
man,
I
Come
think
on.
it'd be perfect for like ringside's defining moments
right?
Sure.
because they can do bloody heads now. Apparently, that'd be a
Okay.
great alternate head, like the blood and the eyes rolled back, and you could do like the Hell in the Cell pose. I mean,
Yeah.
it writes itself.
No bigger defining moment than when he had that beard, when he busted out of that like fiery coffin or whatever. and
Yeah,
he had
bust
that
it right
beard.
through it.
Yeah. Alex, you had talked about, I don't think it's Mattel, but you had talked about a funeral playset. That's another one of our things that ends up on our dream list. Like I would make room on one of these shelves. I would clear room for a funeral home, a funeral parlor playset. And I think
sure.
you
A
were talking
funeral
about
home place.
somebody putting one out, but I think it was maybe not Mattel.
No, I think the company's called Recollect with a W
Oh,
on the front. And they've done the Piper's Pit. They've done the Barbershop. I think they're doing. They announced another one at WrestleCon, and I had commented on the Instagram like funeral parlor, and they were like, "Stay tuned." So I think
Ooh.
it's a possibility maybe in 2026. And yeah, I'd pay whatever they're asking to
Oh my
put some
Oh,
put some
you gotta
Hasbros and
gotta
retros.
cut
on
that
there.
out, Alex. Don't say
Yeah.
you're gonna pay whatever they're
I
asking.
will. I don't care. Just make
This
it.
is, and this is compatible with Hasbro's, right?
Hasbros and retros.
There you
that's
go.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for
have
sure.
to get a loose Hasbro then to display it with. That'd be cool.
And I think they, on one of those mixtapes or things they put on the WWE Vault, I think they included The Undertaker as Texas Red versus the Bruiser Brody. So I think
Yes.
that is officially canon in WWE.
I can.
So we can throw that like in the Legends line. Put that as a peg warmer, baby. Give me that one
Hey,
for
we all bought
$5.99.
Mark Callis. I would buy Texas Red. I would buy Punisher Dice Morgan. I
Yeah.
would buy the Suburban Commando guy.
Let's
Put him
do
out
it.
there.
We need Poltergeist the Legacy Soul
Okay,
Catcher.
there you go. There you go.
Yes. Celebrity
That's what we
Deathmatch.
need. Yes, we resurrect the Hollywood line, Mattel. Resurrect it and put Undertaker Soul Catcher in there.
I hope
This is
Mattel
kind of like a
puts-
Celebrity Deathmatch. sort of claymation kind of deal. I can see that. I would show off some other purchases here at the very end because I think this is Undertaker related. So I had to get it.
Oh my God.
Zombie Sailor, Mr. Hughes, which comes with the urn. He's got
nice.
the Undertaker's urn. He was the first guy to steal Taker's urn. Never got a pay-per-view match with him.
No, not at all.
But I mean, this is a perfect figure though. I mean,
Hey,
he nailed it.
Never say never. It's not over. They're both still there. So
Both still around. That's right.
Can the urn fit in the Hasbro hand?
You know, that was the rumor that it was supposed to, but I did try it, and no, not even close.
Oh, liar! He was
not
a liar.
Even close. It barely fits in Hughes' hand. You got to tilt it in just the right way. And then I also got these guys. I got Chronic from the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They're Major Bendies because they never got official figures released as Chronic, and they were the last pieces missing to my Undertaker opponent collection.
Sure.
I had I had a Wrath figure and I had a Crush figure to represent them, but never official Chronic figures. So these finally came in this year to correct that and make my collection of Undertaker opponents as accurate as possible.
Alex, you said Wrath and Crush. I heard at first Wrath and Crush. So I just pictured you throwing a turtle up there. Like
little turtle reference.
Good enough. Good enough.
Talking turtles.
I love how your opponent's collection is probably like mixed of like Hasbro's, Jakks, Mattel's, Bendy's. It's like
the best version of whatever it is, or the not $500 version.
That's what I love about it. And I know like it would probably drive a lot of people crazy to not have everything. But that is one of the reasons why I wanted to start it, because to me it sounded fun to be able to dip into all the different lines. And I don't care if they're not all the same scale or, different things. I try when the Mattel does an Elite, I do try to grab that and update it. But there's certain, like, we're not getting a Mattel Elite Luther Reigns or Heidenreich or Muhammad Hassan.
No, you never know.
It's fun to go grab the older versions of those, and it made the hunt more exciting. So I'm all about that. Any other
Mattel nails, so you're good on that.
I feel like that's more within the realm of possibility than some of this other stuff. Any other fun retro collectibles that you got this year? That'll be my final question to you guys to close this out, because I see one beautiful one right over Randy's shoulder.
Got the
oh my God,
know all about this, the Asian fan, and this is his people, but this was on and this is all because of Stephen, actually, because he posted his YouTube video of his Taker room. And I think Alex and I got bit by the same bug. You see this amazing room with literally every Taker thing pretty much ever. And Stephen does it just right with, kind of filing it all kind of together by genre and release. And then he's got a couple of loose figures to kind of decorate in front. And you're like, man, get you itchy. And I thought I gotta go out and buy something ridiculous to spruce up my collection. And I think Alex and I said we both felt like that after watching his video. And I've been watching this fan for months.
You've been watching this fan.
The guy would drop the price, and this is a from a Japanese tour. So it says www.wwefanclub.ne.jp. So it's like from Japan, from when I imagine it would be at like the merch stand, maybe.
That is so cool.
2003, and I've only seen one and only one, and it was like $90, $75.
Yeah, it was originally $100. I remember.
And I threw an offer out there, and I learned that from Stephen too. Just throw an offer. Worst they could do is say no. Just throw it out there. Maybe they'll say yes. And so the guys probably wanted to sell it after it's been for sale for so long and nobody cared about a fan. And so there it is. So that I was going to say that is certainly a cool purchase this year. And the other one that I'm not getting out because it's in the Detolf and there's a bunch of figs standing on it was the this spring I got that Undertaker Pog mat. 1995 that has his logo on there. We all saw that in our promo group and Facebook. They had a sale. I forget if it was like a Steve Taylor sale or whoever, I don't know who owned it, but they had this like preview shot of everything that was going to be part of the sale. And we all zeroed in on that Pog mat.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh man. So we waited the entire weekend, refresh, didn't buy other stuff because we knew this was coming, only to find out that the guy who ran the sale decided to buy that for himself, for his own personal collection. That would have been information that would have been useful the day before. So didn't get it, but then
Can't blame him though.
No, not at all. I did see one on eBay again months later. It was on eBay with a bunch of Pogs, and I thought, it's kind of expensive, but I bet you I could throw, I forget if it was $70, I bet you I could throw 70 down on that and get some of it back by selling the Pogs away. And that's what I did. So I got it. I got 2 tubes of Pogs. I fished out the Taker ones and the Paul Bearer ones, and then sold the tubes of Pogs to somebody else, and then I kept the mat. So the mat and the fan were my 2 great purchases this year.
I got this silly little school folder here.
Love
It's got my draft notes in there. This was at Joe Fest in Augusta, Georgia, a GI Joe Fest con. But there was some other toys, and so it was fun to walk around there. A couple good wrestling booths. This was like $10, like literally from 1999. You'd put amazing. Your math homework into, and it's got the hologram on there of Taker. So I had to pick that up. So I got that here on my desk. Stephen, what about you? What sort of fun retro stuff?
You mentioned that folder, and I would be disheartened if I didn't bring it back to a memory of my childhood. I don't know if you guys did this, but like during tests and stuff, you would have to hide your test with folders in school.
Yeah.
So naturally, what folders do you think I had?
It had to be
at the Catholic school.
That. So that was fun. I just remember that. I was like, oh my God, I had that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Again, my Catholic grade school, Undertaker folders, him in his ministry garb. Beautiful memories. I'm trying to think. Retro purchases I've had this year. Just recently, I got the Bendham's ring with the Triple H and Undertaker Bendham's.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was this year, but I remember I got that Hasbro red card. I think that was early this year that I finished that off.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, you've gotten some things because your video is outdated now. So there's got to be a reason why.
Right?
Yeah.
That red card does not come cheap. A mint on card, especially.
Right. Again, I use my own advice. Got to get a deal, make an offer.
Good for you.
Yeah. I think those are the two ones that really pop out for this year.
Do you remember a couple years ago we on your podcast we did
gingerbread ornaments? Yes,
2 ABA gingerbread ornaments, and the guy owned 2 of them, and so we did a live bid. And I'm thinking, like, let's offer $3 off, $4 off. And Steven's like, why don't we just offer half price? Oh, half price? This guy's never going to say yes to this. So we're on the air. So I just go with it. And we offered half price, and they were accepted.
Lo and behold.
They're on my tree.
On your tree
mine's on my tree over there. Yeah.
Gotta get a deal.
Speaking of Christmas,
oh my gosh.
Ho, ho, ho here with this actual WWE company Christmas card right here from that promo group as well. Had to get that on there. We did not send these out. We did not. No, still talking to my wife. Maybe I'll get her to be Taker. I'll be Santa or something like that. One year. We'll try it out. But
that's amazing.
We'll wrap it up with that, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here for the Collecting Deadman 2025 annual special. Here's to another year of Deadman collecting. I said my favorite. I think my favorite is probably the Monday Night War Taker. Probably my favorite release of the year. What about you two guys?
Same.
Yeah, I think I'd agree, but it'd be the Monday Night
unanimous
War.
decision.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know here in the comments. Creatures of the Night. Let us know what your favorite. What did you collect? What did you not like? What were you disappointed by? What is on your fantasy list for 2026? Let us know in the comments. Let us know just your favorite figures, even if you're not an Undertaker collector. Hit us up. Make sure you follow us here. Make sure to follow Randy at Pokey's Little Dog on the social media, and you can get all of his hot takes on horror movies and Minnesota sports, Minnesota college sports, and the Denver Broncos, and the Boston Celtics, and the Cleveland Guardians.
All over the place.
What am I missing?
John F.
JFK.
Kennedy.
Yeah, JFK.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there you go. And be sure to follow Stephen Zieman at Collect Up Dead, and you will get the latest updates on the new podcast when it releases in 2026. And of course, like I said, make sure to check out his finale of the Collecting Deadman podcast if you haven't yet, available on all your different podcasting services. Thank you again, gentlemen. Thank you, Stephen, for all of the supplies that you have sponsored this podcast. Essentially,
I sponsored it.
Right?
we greatly appreciate your generosity. I've got your Fatu figure here that you sent me.
Oh,
just
it finally
as a gift.
came. Great.
Yes, it did come. So you're such a great friend, and here's hoping we get to see each other again in real life in 2026 as well.
Absolutely.
SummerSlam at my house. You guys can see the Detolfs in person.
Oh,
In
an
your
honor.
house.
In my house. Yes.
That's right.
Minted Box Toys.
Minted Box Toys is another good
Ooh.
toy store we have here.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yeah. You show us all around your Cottage Grove, Minnesota.
Cottage Grove, honey. It'll be
Cottage
warm.
Grove.
It'll be warm. in
Cottage
August.
Grove.
All right, and to close it out, we say,
Take
take
her
her
easy.
easy.